Welcome to the introduction of our new publication, DEL-UGE, which catalogues our experience in building an enterprise to develop a trade in freshwater supplies among the islands of the Eastern Caribbean. The island of Dominica is the only water surplus island within the Eastern Caribbean. We know this because the surface flow of freshwater from 3 of its 6 major river basins has been measured at 253.5 million gallons every 24 hours. The Dominica Water Authority only extracts 10 million gallons per day for its internal use. On the surface, the root problem of water shortages in the Eastern Caribbean has been presented as the result of the low annual rainfall levels in these islands. This book, however, converts that rainfall map into an economic model of a water surplus island within close proximity to water deficit countries. The trade potential is obvious. DEL-UGE tells the story of a commercial project between the years 2011 and 2019, which was designed to transship freshwater supplies from the island of Dominica to the water-stressed islands to the north. However, the concepts and the data presented in this book read as a vivid picture of the anatomy of a water strategy. The material will support studies around the issues of freshwater as a natural resource, its economic value, its social value, its trade potential, and what is required to ensure that the supply of it for future generations is available in a way that's equitable and just. The book presents this story in 3 parts. Part 1 begins with an exposition of the value of water and the power in water governance, and traces the development of water technologies in the Caribbean and explains why water is such a peculiar commodity when used in bulk trade in our region. Part 2 describes the concepts of water deficits and water portfolio management, which were utilized to make water imports a viable alternative to desalination. Part 3 presents a global proposal that is both creative and ambitious, and is driven by a passion to achieve a more equitable distribution of fresh water around the planet. From an investor's perspective, there is obviously a clash of visions and advice. This book is built on the old adage that when it comes to water, you may not always be able to buy what you need. Indeed, DEL-UGE demonstrates the underlying wisdom that to transform your freshwater infrastructure into an adequate water service, you must first guarantee water availability. Read how water governance, water deficit auditing, and water portfolio management combine to expand the availability of natural water supplies in these islands. The book details the experience of negotiations with water authorities, purchasing clients, investors, financial intermediaries, port authorities, and it even evaluates false water initiatives. Water availability in an island setting is very important because the promise of growth in the tourism sector will be most certainly disrupted by a continuous water deficit condition. This publication is for persons and institutions seeking to build a secure future on the potential of adequate water supplies. As Atherton Martin of the Development Institute in Dominica has said, the material in this book is one of a kind. It reaches into the financial and funding sector, both private and public, by establishing a true basis for water's critical contribution to economic and social growth. We thank you for sharing this moment with us in this introduction, and we hope that you will be inspired to share this video with your friends and colleagues. Thank you.